Okay, we got to find the interval of convergence for this series here. We use the ratio test. Okay, the only thing that needs absolute values is the x part. Be a little mindful here, right? It's 2 quantity n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 factorial. Oops, sorry. So that's just this. All of that is just that. And then we're going to divide by the nth term. But really we're going to multiply by its reciprocal just to save some time. So that's this. Now you clean up a little bit. So for example, n factorial divided by n plus 1 factorial leaves behind an n plus 1 down here. Be careful here. This, let's go off to the side maybe. The numerator here, once you distribute, that becomes absolute value of x to the 2n plus 2 plus 1, so 2n plus 3, right? And then I've got a absolute value of x to the 2n plus 1. So if you subtract exponents, that might be the way you think about it. You should be left with a squared, okay? Okay, so let's make that the case, and it'll be left on the top. All right, so I'm left with absolute value of x squared divided by n plus 1. Now if you take the limit as n goes to infinity, remember you are welcome to take anything that doesn't have an n in it out. And now you should be able to pretty quickly recognize what that is. That clearly is 0. So it's, absolute value of x squared times 0, which is 0. And by the ratio test, 0 is always less than 1. That means it does not matter what x is. This ratio will always, in the limit, go to 0, which is less than 1. What that means is your interval of convergence is everything. Any value of x. There's nothing you can do to stop this from being a converging series. One of the giveaways is that factorial in the bottom. That makes things grow. That makes things go to 0 really quickly because factorials grow really fast. So that's kind of a giveaway, but don't worry about that. Just the process here. So that means converges for all values of x. Okay, so your interval of convergence you're going to write is negative infinity to infinity. And that's it. There's no endpoints to check. That's the end of the story.